little guy. What are you doing here?
Ribbit.
Come on, get out of here, little scamp. What's the matter?
Ribbit.
You're lonely?
Ribbit.
You need a place to stay?
Ribbit.
Well, you're always welcome here, but I have a show to do, so you need to scamp along.
Ribbit.
Ah, come on, get out of here, little scamp. He's just wonderful. Blake! How do you get past all the traps? Blake, I need you to stay on top of things. I told you that I need you to kill that damn frog. Hey. If excuses caught frogs, we wouldn't be having a discussion right now, would we?
It's Overnight with Oscar. Tonight's guest, Editor-in-Chief of the Advanced Titan, Morgan Van Lannen. Musical guest, Midwest Jake. Sponsored in part by Leverage Dynamics, LLC. And here's your host, Oscar Benitez.
Hello, I'm Oscar, and this is my show. I'm joined by my co-host, Flowerpot Steve. How are we today, Steve?
Oh, just peachy, Oscar.
What's the matter, Steve?
Well, it just occurred to me that I can't move.
Like, just now?
Yeah, I had my suspicions over the years, but I just figured it all out about 10 minutes ago, and it's really getting me down. I mean, I'd love to take a walk and clear my head and whatnot, but I just can't do that anymore.
You know what really grinds my gears, Steve? It's something that affects every single one of us, but there's no one who has the guts to talk about it.
What is it?
Fruit gushers, fruit by the foot, and fruit roll-ups are all the exact same thing, but just different shapes.
Really?
Yes. Why should I have to buy 3 different products to experience everything that fruit-flavored extrusions have to offer?
You're kidding, right?
I never kid, Steve. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an atrocity. The public is being duped into buying 3 products that are all basically the same from the same manufacturer. And for what? Because one comes on a paper strip and the other on a plastic sheet? Because one of them promises to gush in your mouth?
Oscar, I think you're being a little harsh.
I think you're not seeing the big picture here, Steve. 3 products, all the same, yet all marketed as different.
I don't believe this.
Well, knock, knock, sheeple. Believe it. It's almost as if they have no consideration. Oh, evening, Natalie.
Hey, Oscar. How's it going?
Oh, real tough crowd. Stay sharp out there.
Thanks. I will. It's almost as if they have no respect for the consumer.
Now, I think you're blowing this whole fruit roll-ups thing out of proportion, Natalie.
I'm not, Gordon. I don't expect you to understand since you're just a tennis shoe. But this is a big deal. We are all being tricked into believing that there is some difference between fruit gushers, fruit roll-ups, and fruit by the foot.
But so what? Who cares?
I care. And in this day and age, that's enough.
Whatever, Natalie. I just think that this show should not be used as a soapbox.
How much did Betty Crocker pay you to say that?
Enough.
We've got a wonderful show. Morgan Van Lannen from Advanced Titan is here. You're watching Nighttime with Natalie. Stick around.
Stressed? Does your car not start? Does sewing make you anxious? We here at Leverage Dynamics, LLC have industry-leading innovation, patent pending, that allows us to synergize high bandwidth granularities and mindshare hyperlocal logistics for you. Leverage Dynamics. It's what we do.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Catch up on all the news on campus, in Oshkosh, and throughout the state.
Titan TV News also gives you all the updates on UW Oshkosh sports. Tune into Titan TV News live every Friday at 4 p.m.
Most party fouls? Not a big deal. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. Picking a college, man. You and us go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Welcome back to Nighttime with Natalie. Our guest this evening is Editor-in-Chief of the Advanced Titan, Morgan Van Lannen. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You look great.
Thank you.
So I have a question for you.
Sure.
What is the Advanced Titan?
Yeah, so it's the UW Oshkosh student newspaper. It is run by all students, mostly journalism majors. We work about 25 hours a week down in our newsroom, and we publish an article our newspaper every Thursday morning.
That's incredible.
Thanks.
You should be really proud of that.
Thank you.
What was the last story that you covered? Oh,
I'm here to take my shift back.
finally. It's nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Hey, Gordon. How'd it go? Easy, as usual. Hey! I never liked him anyway.
Feel the same way. What's poppin'? Alright, so I got my questions here. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Good.
So what is the Advanced Titan?
Yep, it's the UW Oshkosh student newspaper.
So Advanced Titan, correct?
Advanced.
Advanced.
Nope, there's no D.
I had everything planned out, and apparently it's not advanced. All of my cue cards now have typos. Luckily, I am always prepared for a situation like this just in case it arises.
Hey, careful. Tickles.
Always be prepared, Steve.
Tickles.
All right. So what's it like interviewing someone you've never met?
At first, when I first started working for a newspaper, it was definitely a little bit scary, but the longer you do it, the less scary that it is.
All right. What do you do as editor-in-chief?
I do a lot of the behind-the-scenes work. I keep track of our budget. I edit every article before it is published in the newspaper on a weekly basis. I just keep track of my editors, who then keeps track of their writers, and I decide all the content that's going into the paper. I manage our social media and all that big picture stuff.
So you're the boss.
I am
You're the boss lady. Wonderful. Yeah. How often does an issue of the Advanced Titan come out?
Once a week, every Thursday morning.
Wonderful. So, now, we all know reading the paper is very classy, but it always bothered me because I don't think it's classy enough, so I have a gift for you.
Okay.
So here you go.
Thank you.
I like my newspapers to have a high-class heft to them.
Okay.
The only problem is I can't read it anymore. It's just kind of a placemat, as you've noticed. All right. So, where can people get copies of the Advanced Titan?
Yeah, all around campus we have newsstands set up from Dempsey to Sage to Clow. Reeve has multiple newsstands. And then if you're not able to get your hands on a hard copy, we do have a website. Additionally, we have a Twitter, an Instagram, and a Facebook where we post all of our articles on a weekly basis. So if you don't know how to get directly to our website, you can click on the links on there.
Is it at UW Advanced Titan?
It's different for each account.
Oof. So, I have a lot of newspapers here, and I was wondering if you could teach me how to make a pirate hat out of one of them.
I really don't know how. I'm sorry.
Well, me either. This bit was worthless. Blake, why'd you let me have this in the show? Blake is always getting us in trouble. All right. So, what's the most rewarding part of being in the paper?
Yeah, I think that the fact that we're completely student-run is the most rewarding part. If you look at our newspaper, it's a really good quality, well-put-together newspaper, and I think it's really impressive that our students down there, most of them have second jobs. They're all 15, 18, 21 credit students. We put in 25 hours a week, and yet we still have to have another job, we still have classes, and we're able to put together this good of a paper, and I think that that's really impressive on a weekly basis.
What was the last story you covered?
Personally, the last story I covered was a post-neurovirus article.
Ooh.
So I looked into how much money the university spent on neurovirus supplies. And
Can you drop the scoop on that?
sure, we spent about $35,000 on it.
Ooh. Do you know what most of that went to?
Yeah, it went to the cleaning supplies. We bought a product called Oxivir.
Jesus. What does that do?
It kills the germs that are on like tables and stuff.
Wonderful. Do people call to get you to cover stories?
We do have an office phone which people can call. It's not really people calling for articles, it's more people who want to advertise. But we do get a lot of press releases or professors or like club heads or presidents who want us to write stories for them.
All right. What was the weirdest one you ever did?
Probably
Yeah.
Sammy the Squirrel, probably. I wrote 2 articles about him.
All right. Anything about like specific clubs?
I worked in sports prior to becoming the editor-in-chief of the newspaper, so I didn't cover too much of that.
All right. How often do people associate the paper with Garfield? And do you have Garfield comics in the paper?
We do have comics, but nothing. They're all student-made.
Oh, they're all
so-
independent?
Yeah.
You don't have any Jim Davis ones?
No.
How can someone get involved if they wanted to make comics for the paper?
Yeah, you could reach out to me, or you could reach out to our atitan@uwosh.edu email account, and I would get you hooked up with one of our editors.
How many people are on the Advanced Titan staff?
Yeah, so there are about 15 editors, and then with writers, photographers, copy editors, it's about a 50-person staff.
50-person.
Mm-hmm.
So how experienced do you have to be a part of this staff? Can anybody just do it?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, we have a lot of journalism majors, but we love to have other people who are other majors because they bring in fresh ideas. You need to have no writing experience. We're more than happy to help you learn how to write articles, take photos, copy, edit, anything like that.
Do we print all the newspapers on campus?
No, they're printed in Fond du Lac.
Oh. Are you going to write a story about this?
Sure.
Sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're going to take a quick break. You're watching Overnight with Oscar.
Welcome to Understood.org, a free online resource for parents of kids with learning and attention issues, with personalized recommendations, tools, and expert advice.
Do your pets resent you? Do they plot? Do they scheme? Are the servant parts your least favorite parts of Downton Abbey? Leverage Dynamics LLC has the solution for you. We have top-of-their-field human resources who work a living wage for you so you can feed the ones you love. Leverage Dynamics. It's what we do.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back to Sunset with Shauna. I'm Oscar, and I'm back with our guest, Morgan Van Lannon, Editor-in-Chief of the Advanced Titan. So, we found something out about your Twitter we found something out about you on your Twitter, that you burnt yourself at a sports game. How did that happen?
Sure. At the time, I was the sports editor.
I'm sorry, it's a little dark in here. Do you mind if I turn on a light?
Go for it.
All right. Oh, continue your story, please.
Okay. I was the sports editor at the time, and I traveled to Salem, Virginia for the NCAA Division III football championship. I was covering it for the Advanced Titan. UW Oshkosh was playing. And it was really cold, and I stood too close to a space heater, and it was really windy, and my jacket got into the space heater, and it caught on fire.
So, you mentioned Sammy the Squirrel earlier. What is Sammy the Squirrel?
I don't think he is still currently active with the women's basketball team, but he was.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's still a little dark in here. Do you mind if I turn on this light?
He was the mascot for the team. One of the seniors last year taxidermied him in her animal class in her senior year of high school.
Wait, so she was a real squirrel?
Sammy was a
real squirrel.
Yeah, and I think it's a boy.
It's a boy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep, it was taxidermied by one of the players.
One of the players? That's pretty metal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when did you start at the paper?
I started the first week of my freshman year of college.
Freshman year of college.
Yep.
Oh, hey, little guy. How are you? Oh, this is Morgan Van Lanen of the Advanced Titan. She's wonderful. Bye, friend. He's so sweet, isn't he? Blake, why is he still alive? Too busy my ass. Sorry about that. I guess you just asked too much of some people. So, in the paper, I've been watching a lot of movies about the newspaper in regards to get ready for this. Spotlight was one of the movies that I watched, and that movie, yeah, it's a wonderful film.
Mm-hmm.
That movie covers a lot of moral dilemmas in regards to what a editor-in-chief or just a journalist should do.
Okay.
So we're going to go through some moral questions, all right? Do you know the trolley problem?
No.
No? So you're standing at a trolley intersection. And there's a lever right in front of you. If you don't pull this lever, 5 people will die by this trolley. And if you pull the lever, it'll divert and kill only one person. Do you pull the lever?
Yes.
Yes. Why?
Because the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Utilitarian. Nice. Now, what if it was 6 people instead of 5?
What do you mean?
It's 1 in 6 now instead of 1 in 5. Would you still pull the lever?
Yeah, that doesn't change anything.
How about 7?
Doesn't change anything.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
All right. So what if on one track it was Facebook and on the other one was Twitter? Would you pull the lever to say Facebook?
I like Facebook more than Twitter.
You like Facebook more than Twitter. As a journalist, you like Facebook more than Twitter. You'd think that Twitter is more like you could just do it, get it out immediately. Facebook is bombs.
I think more people are on Facebook than Twitter.
I guess it's a millennial thing. What if you were tied down?
Okay.
What would you say to save yourself?
It's a really tough question.
Yes, as a journalist, I feel you probably have a lot of tough stories to cover.
Please save me.
Please. That's actually the great way to start. Please save me.
Okay.
So, now let's change the subject a little bit.
Okay.
Would you sacrifice a moose to save 1,000 frogs?
Yes.
Yes. What do you have against frogs?
Nothing.
Nothing? You just like meese more?
That's not a word.
How do you pronounce mooses then?
Mooses.
Is it mooses? I thought it was like sheep or it's moose.
Deer or deers?
Deers? Is it deers?
It's deer.
All right. So let's change the question up a little bit more. Okay. So this time you are running down the trolley track. Okay. And there is 5 trolleys tied down to one of the tracks, and then on the other track is 1 trolley. Would you sacrifice 1 trolley to save 5?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you think you could run over 1 trolley to save 5?
Yes. Yep.
All right. Another version of the question.
Okay.
There is 2 tracks. One of them has 1 person tied to it, and the other one, there's nothing tied to it. Okay. But if you don't pull the lever, the trolley won't do a sweet loop-de-loop.
You lost me.
So you would pull the lever to save the 1 person, but then the loop-de-loop wouldn't happen.
Right. Yes.
So you
I would save the person always.
That'd be pretty sweet, though.
What would you do?
I'd probably do the loop-de-loop.
Okay.
Yeah, it happens. You know, there's only so many points in your life when you're going to be able to see a trolley do a loop-de-loop, and I'd like to be able to see it.
So you would rather have watched the person die?
I mean, I'm not going to watch him die. The loop-de-loop's going to happen. I'm going to turn my eyes away. I'm not a monster.
Well, it kind of sounds like you are.
It happens. So let's say this problem again. 5-1, but there is a third track. And the third track just moves the problem onto somebody else who has to deal with the exact same problem of 1 to 5. Would you pull the 2 levers so that you don't have to deal with this?
Where did you come up with these questions?
What do you mean? They're just out of my head.
They're horrible.
They're horrible?
I don't know. I don't think there's an answer.
All right. So the newspaper is a way for you to bring the truth to people, correct?
Yeah.
So I've been trying to find a way to explore truth within myself.
Okay.
And I was hoping you'd like to hear some of that truth.
For sure.
So I wrote it down in poetry, and I've been working really hard on it.
Okay.
Would you like for me to say it?
Yeah.
Wonderful. These are all pieces I wrote myself.
Okay.
Mom! Don't take my vape! Mom! Don't take it! I promise I'll study next time. Why do you hate me? This is why Dad left. If you could please snap, that'd be wonderful. This is another piece I wrote. The infinite void in my soul can only be filled with sourdough pretzels. Pretzels in a knot, not wild caught. Bless J.J. Watt, but factory made in Wichita. Consumed till I drop, dead in a cot. The void is filled, it's really not. Thank you. All the things I love are dead. Not poetically, not metaphorically, they're just dead. Loved ones, pets, friends, they're not here anymore. I can't hold them, and they can't hold me. Have you ever tried to hide a knife? It's the just in case feeling. You'll feel better if you have it feeling. Take it for protection feeling. I'd like to say I have it because it's useful. I have it just in case. I left a note, yes or no, a note color yellow. Yellow color serotonin. Serotonin that flows when you're around. Serotonin that erupts when you smile. Serotonin passes by when you cross my mind. Yellow note said yes or no to spend time together. A yellow note I hope got to you. A yellow note crumpled. I'll use words next time. How can people get involved in the Advanced Titan?
By emailing me.
By emailing you?
Yeah.
No other reasons? Can have people turned in resumes via Facebook or Twitter?
I don't need a resume.
You don't need a resume? You just need people?
Yeah, I just need people. Yeah, you can reach out to me on Facebook or Twitter, or you can come down to the newsroom in the basement of Reeve.
What's your email?
atitan@uwash.edu.
All right. A huge thanks to Morgan Van Lanen. We'll be right back with Midwest Jake. Stay tuned. All right.
How do you feel? The same? Different? Are the dark web and deep web the same? They're not the same. For these questions and many more, Leverage Dynamics LLC can help. How? Wouldn't you like to know? Our innovations are patent pending, and we are here. Leverage Dynamics. It's what we do.
Each Friday, join Nick Bodie and Christine Bjornstall for Titan Overtime. Gain exclusive access to Titan Athletics as they give you the inspiring stories of all of your favorite UW Oshkosh athletes. No scripts, real stories. This is Titan Overtime.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Every Friday at 4 p.m., catch up on all the news from campus, Oshkosh, the Fox Valley, and throughout the state. Titan TV News is completely student-run and dedicated to bringing you the latest in our community. Be sure to watch it live every Friday at 4 p.m. on Channel 71.1 on campus and Channel 57 for the rest of Oshkosh. Student-run, student-produced, this is Titan TV News.
If you're cool with that. I hope you like the lights.
I do like
We're
the
back.
lights they're doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Midwest Jake.
Some things just never change. Some things just never change. Pursuing my confusion through dueling and through this music, losing sanity. Hoping there's a plan for me that has to be. What if I miss my opportunity? I can't tell, cause this is still so new to me. God, do you hear me? I know I don't call enough. I apologize, I've been too into alcohol and stuff. Why can't I see you? I stopped getting told, so my haze will go away and I can see you through my telescope. I'm just a hella broke, shamanic, demonic, jobless prophet, product of products, told to identify as a kid in college. Gaining knowledge? What does that mean anyway? You're an author of your father, I'm a young Ernest Hemingway. I watch the lemons play, sipping dirty lemonade, just let them play while I work from 8 to 10 to 10 to 8. The house of hate is increasing in this tenant rate. Yeah, just never change. Turn me up louder, I'm trying to blow the speakers. Soon as my buzz was back, you playing beekeeper. You catching what I'm throwing out like a receiver. All I need is him, not them, those are you neither. Oh no, I'm getting cocky. Young Mike Jordan mixed with a little Rocky. Got Mike scorching whenever 60 do drop beats. Matter of fact, 60, drop the beat. Now I'm ending it through my continuous venomous figures of English. Spoken with a little dose of the visions. This flow is so dope. Got prescriptions for riddling. Continue the rhyme. My father time keeps swinging this pendulum. Comparatively listening. When they be listening, they figured I couldn't spit. Because I am a Christian. Prioritize religion and crowd. To me familiar. Got everybody jumping like they were part amphibian. I watch the lemmings play. Sipping dirty lemonade. Just let them play. While I work from 8 to 10 to 10 to 8. The house of hate is increasing in its tenant rate. Expense is great. But some things just never change. Some things just never change.
It's popping.
How's it going, bro?
It's going, my guy.
Right on.
Actually, I need to talk to his microphone. So, who are you?
I'm Midwest Jake.
Where are you from? Midwest?
Yeah, from the I rep the Midwest.
You rep the Midwest?
Yeah.
Where can people find your stuff, my guy?
The song I just performed is actually out on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, all that. Just look up Midwest Jake. Also, everything that I have is on SoundCloud. So I'm working on getting more stuff on all those major streaming, sites and whatnot. But everything's on SoundCloud. So if you want to see my whole discography, that's where it's at.
All right. When's your next project going to drop?
I'm not really sure about that. I'm kind of focusing on singles and stuff like that. And I've actually recently got more into producing, mixing, and stuff like myself. So,
dope.
Trying to take my time with that probably around summer, close to the end of the school year sort of deal.
You looking for features right now? Did you see me drop some poetry rhymes over there?
I did see that. That was pretty dope.
Dude, I could drop some hooks for you if you really wanted to.
You might as well.
We could link up and we could rule this world.
Send me something through,
All right. That's exactly how it'd be. So, thanks. That's all for our show. Thanks to the Advanced Titan. Thanks to Midwest Jake. Thanks to Leverage Dynamics for sponsoring. Thanks to Natalie and Gordon for hosting. Thanks to Steve, the Frog, and the Moth. Thank you to the crew. Thank you to Titan TV. Thanks to the UWO Music Department. Thank you to all the professors. Thank you to all the crew. Even thank you to Blake.
Thank you guys at home for watching the show. Tune in next week when I learn how to make La Saga, which I wish Garfield was on the show, but apparently he's not, and he's not even at the Advanced Titan, which is a little bit disappointing. Good night.